So it's about 3 o'clock. I think it's September the 23rd. Now, yesterday was the 22nd. And I was just out here, you know. And all of a sudden what I see is just looking, you know, smoking, looking. I feel a little stir crazy. All of a sudden there's this guy walking, I don't know if he was walking his dogs, you know. I remember seeing him, but if I see him tomorrow, I'll say, hey, was that you? You know, last night someone shot at you, or he shot up over here. When some guy was walking towards the laundry room, and all of a sudden there was a shot. I heard a shot. And then what happened, I seen that guy running. I was like, what is he doing? I thought he shot at me, you know, for a minute, but then I think it was part of like in the lake, somebody scuba diving up in here, got a whole tank and all that. I know it's this light right here that you can see me, you know. I see some people, they put like a coat or something over a light so they can't be recognized while they just kick it back. You don't want to be seen, the paranoid schizo just like me. You know, I'll be sitting back sometimes, you know, and then that's the first time though that, and then we hear about it. Busy Bone. Out of all people, Busy Bone talk about he ain't going to tour with him. He's rather going to stay in Oklahoma and shooting shots. You know, that's what I can believe. Why he ain't going, you know, he's a liar. He's going to tell lies towards Lil Wayne about me, you know, when it was really them the whole time. I was thinking to myself, if my dad had a gun and took out Lil Wayne, you know, the story would have been already revealed. They would have been saying about, you know, like the story of Bone Thugs, because it was already released before 2025, so, you know, so that's about it, you know. But yeah, there was a gunshot up here, you know, and then they dared me to, you know, just pour it out. So I poured it out, and yeah. And then they said it was fake when I was done with it. They gone told me, said it was a fake drink. I said, alright, I guess there was the magic stuff like but that ain't the point. The point is, you know, someone was out there by the lake watching me with some binoculars, seen this guy because he got a light out there. But it's the light right here I'm talking about. So this guy was walking, you know, walking over here, and then he was about where that blue bag is, the air conditioner. A shot was fired. I was looking at my door, and then a shot, and then he was running. I said, this guy ducked like a duck run. It was funny. I was like, what's that? You know, thinking the guy shot at me. Now here, I'll hold my ground, but this is the light right there. So that guy was seen, you know, and he just looked like that. Alright, but anyway, yeah, he ran off and all that, so that's where he was. He was right there, and that's what happened, you know, he was just right there, and the shot was fired, and I seen him like a duck run. I don't know if he shot at me, because it came from that direction. I don't know if it was farther by the lake. That's what I'm expecting. I guess he was looking over here and some guy seen him and got real paranoid thinking it was going to be a shootout or something. I wasn't even paying no mind, you know. Like I said, I was looking at the door, you know, talking to myself. I was getting stir crazy. And then the shot came out. And then I looked, towards that way where the shot was. I seen that guy just like a duck in a run, and that's what I seen. But I heard a shot. I don't know. I think it came a little bit farther than the laundromat where that light was, 'cause that's where he was. If he shot, you could have seen where if he shot anywhere, it would have been, that laundromat or up over here. 'Cause I was the only one out. But I think the shot came a little bit farther towards the woods, towards the lake. So that's where I'm at right now, just looking. So there's just spine, you know what I'm saying? My always busy bone by itself. Probably got a little crew, you know what I'm saying? Shooting a little gun. I thought he had like but that wasn't even a magnet. A magnum. That was like a little, I want to show my apartment address, I think they got it. So I'm armed up when I go to sleep. It's about 3:30 now. I think staying up, watching the whole thing. People moved out downstairs because I think it's haunted, There's some other people who already explained, but they was doing seances and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's probably haunted, that apartment downstairs, because they heard that they moved out late at night at 3:30 or 3 o'clock. So they was doing some, some of that, that Masonic stuff. So I remember hearing them chanting late at night about 3:30. And I was like, oh, what's that? And there's always a girl who's living with the guy, and they had all their friends come over. The whole parking lot was all packed up. I mean, it was real packed. Even in the back, right down there, I've never seen so many cars, and it was real quiet, but they always had this little noise, something like that, and I knew they was doing some seances and stuff, so that's why it's probably haunted. Something happened, and they moved out. I think they left everything. I don't know. So that's what happened right now. So gunshots being fired. I'm staying up. They said another night. It's from Carly to a little busy bone, but we already heard about from Lazy. If he can't do it, no one can.